Imagine being given the chance to rewrite your destiny after a lifetime of being trampled on. That's the setup for 9-star Hegemon body art, where our protagonist, Long Chen, goes from a crippled punching bag to a rising powerhouse after merging with the memories of a pill god. But is this story a fresh take on the cultivation genre, or just another ATG clone with recycled tropes? Let's find out. Long Chen, once a powerless noble who couldn't cultivate, gains the memories of a pill god after a near-death experience. Armed with alchemy knowledge and the mysterious 9-star Hegemon body art, he sets out to rewrite his destiny. However, his rise is complicated by a failed arranged marriage, a distant and ineffective father, and a kingdom rife with conspiracies. Long Chen must fight against scheming noble heirs, corrupt officials, and arrogant young masters, while unraveling the secrets of his newfound power. The novel starts with the classic underdog to overpowered setup, similar to Against the Gods, Martial God Asura, and others. The pill god's memories provide Long Chen with alchemy skills, a direct power boost that conveniently solves his initial cultivation issues. However, the story relies too heavily on clichés. The arranged marriage cancellation is a tired trope, and the execution here is shallow and uninspired. Long Chen's obsession with his ex-fiancée after she humiliates him is both uncharacteristic and frustrating, making him look shallow and desperate. The everyone bullies the MC setup is exaggerated to the point of absurdity, making it difficult to sympathize with Long Chen when he keeps taking it without fighting back initially. Long Chen's father is portrayed as a mighty general, but his role in the story is nothing short of infuriatingly passive. Despite being the strongest general in the kingdom, he is conveniently stationed at the border, leaving his wife and son to be humiliated and starved. This setup is forced to manufacture tension, making the father look incompetent or uncaring. If the author wants to emphasize Long Chen's struggle, there are better ways than making his supposedly powerful father a useless bystander. Long Chen's mother is a classic damsel in distress, stuck in a mortal, powerless state while her son becomes a powerhouse. Despite possessing the memories of a pill god, Long Chen never bothers to help his mother cultivate or even protect her properly. This is a glaring inconsistency that breaks immersion. If he can make pills for himself, why can't he help his mother? This oversight makes Long Chen's character come off as incredibly self-centered, undermining the author's attempt to paint him as a filial son. The fiancé is the quintessential cold beauty trope, beautiful, talented, and quick to discard Long Chen when he can't cultivate. Rather than moving on, Long Chen obsesses over winning her back. Not because she's kind or virtuous, but because she's beautiful and strong. This fixation makes him appear shallow and weak-willed, especially when he has no other reason to pursue her beyond her looks. If the author intended for her to be a romantic interest, the relationship dynamic needs significant development. As it stands, she's just a trophy to be won. The cultivation technique itself is intriguing, with mysterious origins and untapped potential. However, the author uses it as a crutch for convenient power-ups, reducing it to a plot device rather than a carefully developed system. There's little emphasis on cultivation methods or training. Instead, Long Chen's progress is mostly driven by plot armor and random power boosts, diminishing the tension and stakes. The setting is a standard cultivation world with empires, sects, and people. And young masters, but the world building is barely fleshed out. The Phoenix Cry Empire, where Long Chen resides, is described in vague terms, lacking a distinct cultural or political structure. The story primarily focuses on interpersonal conflicts and face-slapping moments, rather than exploring the broader world or power dynamics. Pros: classic cultivation power fantasy with alchemy and martial arts. Fast-paced with frequent power-ups, making it a quick and easy read. Powerful cultivation technique with hidden depths and potential for future reveals. Cons: recycled clichés and predictable plotlines with little innovation. Inconsistent characterization, especially regarding Long Chen's family and fiancé. World building is shallow and generic, making the setting feel like a carbon copy of countless other cultivation novels. Long Chen's motivations are muddled, driven more by petty revenge and shallow desires than by genuine growth or ambition. 9-star Hegemon body art is a standard cultivation romp that hits all the genre's familiar beats: the underdog MC, the haughty fiancé, the absentee father, and the mysterious OP technique. While the premise has potential, the execution is mired in overused tropes, inconsistent character motivations, and shallow world building. Long Chen's fixation on his fiancée and his inability to protect or empower his own mother make him difficult to root for, while the story's relentless face-slapping conflicts grow repetitive quickly. If you're looking for a mindless power fantasy with predictable power-ups and face-slapping moments, this one might scratch that itch. Otherwise, there are better cultivation stories with more cohesive narratives and compelling characters. Rating 5.5 out of 10. A shallow but serviceable cultivation read that struggles to stand out amidst a sea of similar novels. Would you consider giving it a chance, or do you prefer cultivation stories with a bit more depth and character complexity?